Right, welcome back, everybody. Well, I say everybody. I've only got 200 subscribers, and even less people like and actually comment. But the ones that do, love you, love it, because I get loads of good advice. Right, today we're going to be planting out our pumpkins two different ways. I'm going to make a pumpkin bed, and I'm going to plant some just around the outskirts of the dung heap. Because my dad used to do that back in the day. All right, so we'll crack on and do that. These are pumpkin rocket F1. We did a brilliant little video. Well, I thought it was brilliant, of planting these. We had ghosts and everything, especially for Laura, that was. So if you want to go and see how we planted these and have a laugh, go and have a look at that. I'll stick it in the description. These were planted on the 12th of June. So these are 18 days old. And it's quite interesting, isn't it? You know, you've got some that come up really shot on, other late developers, one didn't make it. They seem to be quite happy, just sat in water. Good, bad, I don't know. Right, let's crack on, make a pumpkin bed and stick them in. Right, need a pumpkin bed. I think I'll put it here, the end of my second earlies. Nice bit of ground there. Right, let's make a pumpkin bed. Big screws, number 3. Right, now a quick aerate with the Pterodix Super Fork 10-inch tines. Pterodix, best thing ever for heavy ground. I'll be honest, I've done this already because it was a bit harder than normal, but upright, jump on, aeration. Like I say, I've had a couple of goes over this because it was quite hard because it's clay, but gets in there, breaks up the pan, nice and airy. Then we can just fill it up with horse manure next. Right, let's get on. Now, I've seen videos where people just click their fingers and things get done. So let's see if we can fill this up by just clicking our fingers. Well, I'm glad that worked. Otherwise, that could have took me quite a while. Right, so we got a 6-foot by 4-foot bed, reclaimed timber. They're 9 by 2s, and the dung's heaped up in the middle. Plan is 3 pumpkins in it. They'll grow away, go over the edges, and we'll end up with good compost at the end of the year. Right, let's go and plant some pumpkins. Right, so we'll start with a pumpkin bed, just full of horse manure. And I figured it might be a bit too much for them to get away with. So what I've done, I've got a 3-litre pot, made a hole, and what I'm going to do is put some compost in, some rootmore mycorrhizal, and plant them in that so they get a bit of a getaway with the peat. Then hopefully by the time they get big enough, they can cope with just being the manure. Right, I'll get that done. Right, there's the roots. Everybody likes to look at the roots. About right, I'd say. Got the mycorrhizal in the holes. Let's stick them in. Right, well, that's those in and watered in well. Let's move down to the dung heap. Do I need to cover these over? That'd be right, wouldn't it? Right, to the dung heap. Right, so here we are down at the dung heap. Not the most scenic of places to garden, but we'll see what happens. Down here, right in the corner of the field out the way, I've no idea what lurks. So what I've done is I've made up a few, I don't know what you call them, protection rings. This one's made out of some of that heavy duty wind netting. All I've done is whisked it round in a circle, tied it up with some green wire, couple of stakes in the ground, wired it to the mesh. Planted all the same way with compost, mycorrhizal, stuck them in. I did have some stainless steel mesh, so I've made some out of stainless steel mesh. Same thing, it's wired together. And I've done these two, this end was stainless steel mesh, because a bit concerning really. When I was digging out my little shelf, as it were, to put these on, I discovered this. And that to me, well, I know it is, it's a rat run in the dung heap. Now, I followed it back to there, bunged up the hole, so we'll see if there's any, if they open the hole up, whether they're actually in here or not, because I haven't seen any rats around, to be honest. I mean, we don't bait for them or anything, obviously, because of the animals, but I haven't seen any about. So, right, that's all our pumpkins planted, 2 ways, pumpkin heap, dung heap. And I was thinking, what I'll try and do is I'll do a 10-day update. So every 10 days, we'll revisit the pumpkins and stick it in a playlist. So if you come across this in times gone by or deep in the future, man, you can come back and see what we did. I thought it'd be quite interesting. I mean, for me personally, I like to see, because I just soak up knowledge and want to learn all the time. And if I can binge watch something to see how it grows, happy days. So what I'm going to try and do is, for people watching along, not that there's many, we'll revisit everything every 10 days and you'll see how it gets on. I'll give you my thoughts on it. Hopefully people chip in of better ways to do it as we go along, and we'll all get better. Right, that's it from a very scenic dung heap. Cheers and gone.